Hello, good afternoon. You're watching BBC News 24 with Maxine Mawini and Akhtar Khan.
And just 1:31, the latest headlines. The left-wing Labour MP George Galloway has vehemently denied allegations that he received money from Saddam Hussein's Iraqi regime. Our political correspondent Mark Waddell joins us now from Westminster. Mark, if these allegations are true, what does it mean for George Galloway?
Let's cross now to our correspondent Akhtar Khan, who's in Oxfordshire at the site where the body was found earlier today. Akhtar, judging by what I can see over your shoulder, police work still goes on.
Absolutely. In the last few minutes we've seen several police vehicles coming in and out of the cordon, which you can see just behind me. Now, just to reiterate, the police are still on site at Harrowdean Hill, where the body was found earlier this morning, and I understand that they still are carrying out their investigations, doing what they call a fingertip search. Well, as I said, that this is to be a unit or a bus that'll be deployed in any emergency. If you just look here on my left, there is a map of the Staffordshire area here. Stoke-on-Trent with a conurbation of 750,000 people. You've got a major flight path through here, the M6, a major motorway as well, and Alton Towers as well. So quite a key feature here, and this will be a valuable piece of equipment if there is any threat of any sort from any terrorist. That's it for me. Back to you in the studio. It's a dangerous precedent because Titanic cost $200 million. That's even before P&A. So you think to yourself, well, if you're going to make a blockbuster, does it have to be over $200 million? I mean, that's the big risk now in Hollywood. Let me just give you an idea about all these people, what they're consuming. Just some facts and figures for you. You can see some chefs walking past. There are 115 bars here. There are 50,000 people here alone, and there's 300,000 people estimated to be here over the 5 days of Ascot, and there are 100,000 bottles of wine consumed, 150,000 bottles of champagne, 14,000 bottles of Pimm's, and of course 5 tons of strawberries. Yeah, absolutely, 5 tons of strawberries, and finally 2,075 kegs of beer. So you can see everyone's having a wonderful time. As you can see, the temperatures in the mid to late 20s. So there you are.
Yeah, I know the racing is off to the left as we look at you, and yet they're all walking to the right. So the champagne's going down well again. Akhtar, thank you very much.
Allahu Akbar, all God is great. 5 times a day, millions of Muslims around the world prostrate themselves before God in the direction of Mecca. In addition, every Friday, the faithful are required to gather together for noon prayers and listen to a sermon or khutbah. With the ongoing war against terrorism, the Friday gathering is the perfect conduit for extremist Islamic groups to get their anti-Western rhetoric across to the masses.
Ever since the United States bombed Afghanistan and solely blamed Osama bin Laden, every Friday and during the week we've been demonstrating.
From the outset, President Bush and the rest of the allies have said this is not a war against Islam or Muslims around the world, but against Osama bin Laden and the Taliban regime which harbours him. But many here at Friday prayers simply don't believe that to be true.